That's what you get for falling in love.
Now this boy's addicted.
Have you ever watched a celebrity flirt so boldly on live TV that it makes you cringe and laugh at the same time? Imagine Sharon Stone, known for her seductive charm, throwing a question so daring, it leaves the entire room speechless. Or picture Miranda Kerr, the supermodel, taking control of an interview with a flirtatious move that has the host stuttering. This is the kind of behind-the-scenes magic we're about to dive into, where even the most professional stars let their guards down. Stick around, because what happens next will keep you glued to the screen. Sharon Stone, the icon of glamour and allure, is no stranger to making headlines with her unfiltered charm. Known for her breakthrough role in Basic Instinct, 1992, where she famously crossed boundaries and captured the attention of audiences worldwide, Sharon's presence in Hollywood has always been magnetic. During a live interview, she once again made a bold move, leaning in and asking actor Sebastian Stan, "Would you bite me in the neck?" The question, shocking in its audacity, was delivered with her signature mix of humor and seduction. The room instantly fell into an electric silence as the words hung in the air, a daring challenge that only someone of her stature could pull off. Sharon, now in her 60s, continues to embrace her unrelenting confidence and the power of her feminine mystique, proving that her allure transcends age. The moment wasn't just about Sharon's boldness, it was a stark reminder of the delicate art of celebrity flirtation. Celebrities, with their charisma and high-profile lives, often live in a world where personal boundaries are tested, often in front of millions. It's a part of the spectacle of modern stardom, and Sharon's cheeky question to Sebastian Stan was a prime example of how Hollywood thrives on moments that blur the lines between professional and personal. The daring exchange was an echo of the kind of seductive moments Hollywood has been built on since its early days, where public personas were cultivated and shaped in front of the cameras. In a more recent instance, supermodel Miranda Kerr, who made her name as a Victoria's Secret angel, dropped a bombshell during a talk show appearance. Miranda, known for her ethereal beauty and poised demeanor, turned the tables on the host in a playful, unexpected way. During a live interview, she said, "If you want, I could show you." It wasn't just a casual comment. Miranda, with her 20 years of modeling experience, has long been a master of poise and self-assurance. She not only caught the host off guard, but also subtly highlighted how celebrities, especially those in the public eye, have mastered the art of maintaining control in the face of vulnerability. At 38, Kerr's continued success in the fashion world, paired with her open and engaging personality, demonstrates her ability to shift from being the subject of attention to being in control of the narrative, using flirtation as one of the tools in her kit. These moments, whether spontaneous or rehearsed, have become a staple of live television and interviews, providing viewers with that thin veil between professionalism and personal connection. Flirtation in such public spaces often comes with the unspoken question, where do we draw the line? But in the world of celebrities, the line is constantly shifting, and their flirtations become an extension of the very persona they've worked so hard to cultivate. Take, for instance, the raw, unfiltered confession from actress Helen Mirren. In an interview, she openly shared her thoughts on the complexities of love and intimacy, providing a candid reflection on how the perceptions of love evolve over time. "We all think about sex when we're younger," Mirren, now 77, said. "We imagine the experiences, and when it happens, it feels like it happens so quickly. Before you know it, you're left cleaning up the emotional mess." Her openness about the rapid, almost chaotic nature of youthful desire added a layer of authenticity to the conversation, making it clear that even those who seemed to have everything figured out once wrestled with the same raw emotions. It was a statement that resonated with millions, reminding them of the universal nature of these experiences, regardless of fame or age. In a different interview, actor Chris Hemsworth, known for his roles in Thor and the Avengers, found himself disarmed by the charm of interviewer Jennifer Lopez. Hemsworth, often regarded as one of Hollywood's most handsome men, looked at Lopez with admiration and said, "I can't imagine anyone having trouble with you. You seem so sweet. You have that nice, sweet smile like tea." His words, which could have easily been dismissed as mere flattery, came with an unmistakable warmth and genuine admiration. Hemsworth, with his 63 frame and undeniable charisma, has always been in control of his on-screen persona. But in moments like these, when actors let their guard down, we are reminded of the human side of the people we often see as larger-than-life characters. His flirtation wasn't overt but subtly layered with admiration for Lopez, whose timeless beauty and warmth has captivated audiences for decades. And when he added, "But it's your eyes. Those eyes just make me feel all bubbly," his smile and soft laugh conveyed a deep, unspoken connection between them, transforming a simple exchange into something far more emotionally charged. Such interactions between celebrities reveal something fascinating. Despite their fame and status, they too navigate the same emotional terrain as anyone else. Their flirtations, while often playful, carry a weight of emotional subtext that speaks to their humanity. This was perhaps most clearly seen in the infamous moment between 50 Cent and Chelsea Handler. On live TV, 50 Cent delivered a line that left Handler momentarily speechless. "You're very, very cute. You know this, right?" Handler, never one to shy away from a challenge, replied, "Do you have a boyfriend?" The playful exchange soon escalated, with Chelsea declaring, "This would be great, like I deserve you." The back and forth was loaded with teasing and chemistry, and by the end, it was clear that the tension between them was more than just a game, it was a genuine connection. But flirting in the public eye is never without its risks. Robert Downey Jr., ever the charming risk-taker, pushed those boundaries during his appearance at the 2011 Golden Globes, when he made an off-the-cuff remark that no one could have anticipated. "I don't think an actress can do her best work until I've slept with her." Downey, known for his quick wit and effortlessly cool demeanor, was not only attempting to be provocative, but also challenging the very nature of how we view celebrity relationships. His remark, though playful, shocked many, leaving people to question the nature of flirtation and attraction in the world of stardom. And yet, Downey, with his decades-long career and unconventional approach to fame, continues to navigate the entertainment industry with a balance of charisma, controversy, and charm. Then there's the case of Sebastian Stan, whose long-standing crush on Sharon Stone was exposed during an interview. In a moment that felt both charming and awkward, Sebastian revealed his admiration for Sharon, saying, "I've been meaning to tell you this for a while, probably about 15 years. I've seen you all my life, and here you are, looking so great in person." His vulnerability in the moment struck a chord with viewers, many of whom had grown up watching Sharon Stone's iconic roles. But when he asked, "Would you bite me in the neck?" the question hung in the air, a playful yet audacious move that left everyone in the room a little breathless. Sharon, ever the professional, burst into laughter, turning the moment into a memorable piece of Hollywood history. There's an undeniable energy when 50 Cent repeatedly shoots his shot at Chelsea Handler, a woman known not only for her confident humor, but also for her sharp, quick-witted comebacks. Handler's rise to fame in the early 2000s, with her hit talk show Chelsea Lately, helped her carve out a unique place in the comedy world. Her unapologetic style, laced with biting humor and often provocative takes on Hollywood culture, has made her a cultural icon. By 2021, Chelsea had been on the scene for over 2 decades, writing best-selling books and becoming a prominent advocate for women's issues. She's not one to shy away from a playful exchange, yet when 50 Cent fires back at her during this live TV interview, even the seasoned talk show host is briefly caught off guard. "You're very, very cute. You know this, right?" he says with a grin, clearly enjoying the playful tension building in the room. At this point, 50 Cent's charisma and success in the music industry are well known. He sold over 30 million albums worldwide and became a mogul in the entertainment industry with his ventures in acting, producing, and even launching his own tequila brand. But what truly stands out is his ability to effortlessly flirt and shift the mood in an interview with his signature self-assuredness. Chelsea, always quick to respond, doesn't miss a beat. "Do you have a boyfriend?" She teases, turning the flirtation into something more daring and intimate. Her question, both bold and playful, injects a personal touch into the interaction. Chelsea's brash yet magnetic persona has always intrigued audiences, and this moment was no exception. She's a woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to make playful yet pointed remarks. "Maybe you do deserve me," 50 Cent responds with a playful edge, his voice layered with curiosity and a hint of challenge. This back-and-forth flirtation is no mere exchange. It's a calculated dance between two people who understand the power of their public images. Chelsea, seizing the opportunity, takes the flirtation a step further. "I feel like you might deserve me for just a couple of minutes," she says with a wink, pushing the boundaries of playful banter even further. "A couple of minutes, huh?" 50 Cent laughs, sensing the heat in the room as the audience watches with rapt attention. "You get excited, things happen. Hold on, I'm getting red," he adds, his easygoing confidence still intact. At this point, the tension between them is almost palpable, making the exchange seem more like an intimate, private conversation than one broadcast for millions of viewers to witness. This interaction isn't just entertaining, it's a demonstration of how celebrities use their charm and public personas to influence the way they're perceived in the media. Both 50 Cent and Chelsea Handler have long been known for using humor and flirtation to navigate public life. Chelsea's career, especially her candidness about relationships and sexuality, has been marked by moments of irreverence and shock value. For example, in 2012, Chelsea's show garnered massive ratings, especially when she would bring up sensitive topics, often challenging the norms of public discourse around fame, relationships, and sexuality. Now pivoting to Robert Downey Jr., a man with the audacity to flirt with multiple A-list actresses at once, we're reminded of his place in Hollywood history. Downey's career is one of the most remarkable in Hollywood. After facing struggles with addiction and rehab, he made an incredible comeback in the early 2000s, becoming the face of the Iron Man franchise, which helped launch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. By 2021, the MCU was worth over $23 billion, and Robert Downey Jr. had earned millions in salary and royalties. His position in the industry allowed him to make bold statements and flirt with the biggest stars without facing repercussions. At the 2011 Golden Globes, Downey, known for his wit and self-assurance, said with remarkable nonchalance, "I don't think an actress can do her best work until I've slept with her." The audacity of his words left many stunned, but it's this kind of unfiltered bravado that has made him one of the most unpredictable and entertaining figures in Hollywood. This comment was delivered in his typical dry, comedic style, though its impact was undeniable. Downey's ability to combine humor with irreverence made him a key figure in shaping modern celebrity culture, where boundaries are often pushed, and the line between public and private life can sometimes blur beyond recognition. Continuing his playful, almost absurd line of thought, Downey mentioned how Julianne Moore had once told him he was working through some confusing new feelings. This was a direct reference to the complicated relationships that often emerge in the industry, where co-stars spend long hours together, blurring the lines between on-screen and off-screen chemistry. Downey then humorously recalled how Angie, likely referring to Angelina Jolie, had blown him off halfway through a shoot like it never happened. This self-deprecating humor was typical of Downey's approach to his personal life and career. No matter the highs or lows, he never shied away from making light of it, even in front of millions of viewers. Then as smoothly as he began, Downey shifted gears, saying, "But where's Emma?" This was likely a nod to Emma Watson, one of his co-stars from the Avengers series. "I've got something for us. It's like Blue Valentine, but not quite age-appropriate," he said with a grin. Blue Valentine, 2010, known for its raw, unflinching portrayal of a relationship's breakdown, was a movie that became notorious for its unfiltered look at love and loss. Downey's offhand comment added another layer of complexity to his persona, the man who can make light of even the most intense emotional experiences with a wink and a smile. It's moments like these that truly highlight the power dynamics at play in Hollywood. Robert Downey Jr.'s career is built on more than just his acting chops. He's also become a symbol of how stars can use their charm, their words, and their ability to manipulate the public image to create moments that resonate far beyond the initial exchange. His flirtations, just like his career, are a masterclass in public relations and personal branding, where no remark is too bold and no interaction is ever just casual. With a laugh, Robert Downey Jr. added, "Somehow, all of these women gave exquisite performances, and yet none of it had anything to do with me." His eyes twinkled mischievously as he paused, letting the weight of his words hang in the air. "Guess that's what you get for falling in love." There's a certain charm to Robert's self-deprecating humor, one that has allowed him to rise above the complexities of Hollywood fame. He's a man who spent decades navigating the highs and lows of a career that's seen both immense success and public scandal. His ability to turn the spotlight back on others with such ease is a skill he's mastered over the years. But beneath the playful remark, there's an underlying layer of truth. Robert is fully aware of how his flirtations and relationships, both on and off screen, have been part of the public narrative surrounding him. These women, who may have delivered the performances of their careers, had done so without the need for him to play a leading role in their lives. For Robert, it's all part of the dance of fame. He knows how to navigate these flirtations with ease, effortlessly blending humor, charm, and just enough vulnerability to keep his audience intrigued. His words, though lighthearted, are a reminder that even the most dazzling personalities are fully aware of the complex power dynamics they create through their charm and charisma. Then there's Craig Ferguson, a Scottish comedian whose mastery of humor often puts him in control of the most unpredictable situations. Known for his offbeat style and ability to turn even awkward moments into comedic gold, Craig has spent years playing the role of the witty, quick-thinking host. But on one particular interview, the tables were turned, and he found himself flustered and completely caught off guard. The woman across from him, effortlessly engaging, turned the energy of the conversation on its head. "Maybe you could be my teacher," Craig asks with a mischievous glint in his eye, his tone a curious blend of flirtation and genuine intrigue. He's attempting to steer the conversation into a playful territory, knowing full well that his reputation for banter is on the line. Yet, as soon as he delivers the line, he realizes that he might have just unleashed something entirely unexpected. "No, maybe I could," she responds with a smile that's both knowing and playful, her words carrying just the right amount of intrigue to keep the audience hanging on her every syllable. She's testing the waters, but the confidence in her voice is undeniable. Without skipping a beat, she adds, "Is that your sore leg? The doctor told me to elevate it," delivering the line with a wink that sends the entire room into a heightened sense of tension. It's a moment of unfiltered flirtation that Craig wasn't quite prepared for, and his reaction is telling. He tries to regain control of the interview, but the chemistry between them is undeniable, making the usual back-and-forth banter seem almost trivial by comparison. Trying to steer the conversation back to familiar ground, Craig quips, "This is the Late Late Show, right?" He's grasping for some semblance of control, but she's already taken the lead, her playful grin only making the moment all the more tantalizing. "Well, now it is," she responds with a grin that oozes confidence. "Do you ever do any firefighting?" The question, both absurd and intriguing, catches Craig off guard again. He wasn't ready for this shift in the interview's energy, and now he's on the back foot, trying to catch up. "I'm glad you guys have booze back there," Craig jokes, his voice slightly more nervous than usual. He's clearly flustered, trying to maintain his usual comedic composure while being completely out of his element. "Wait, you have booze back there?" he asks, his eyes darting nervously as he tries to make sense of what's unfolding. The line is delivered with a mix of humor and genuine confusion, reflecting the exact moment when someone realizes they're in way deeper than they originally thought. "I don't even know what's going on here," Craig continues, his tone now more exasperated than comedic, his usual quick wit faltering. "Who's that guy? What's happening?" His self-awareness is evident as he tries to pivot yet again, but the playful flirtation has already taken over. The audience watches, captivated by the shift in dynamic as the usual control of the interview is handed over to his guest. It's moments like these that truly highlight the unpredictability of live television and the art of flirtation. Craig, a veteran host known for his sharp wit and ability to steer any conversation with ease, is left scrambling in the face of someone who knows how to shift the energy with just a few well-placed words. In the end, the flirtation, though playful, has left Craig feeling more vulnerable than he's used to. And it's in this vulnerability that the real magic happens. The audience is drawn in, captivated by the tension between the host and his guest. With a grin, Craig Ferguson, the Scottish comedian and former host of The Late Late Show, blurts out, "I'm not gay anymore," adding an absurd layer to the already chaotic exchange. Known for his offbeat humor and unpredictable wit, Craig's ability to keep things light, even in the most awkward situations, has been a defining feature of his career. However, in this moment, his own self-deprecating humor and readiness to laugh at himself seem to be a coping mechanism as the situation spirals into unexpected territory. His remark, delivered with the usual deadpan delivery, catches both his audience and his guest by surprise. It's a perfect example of how he often turned uncomfortable moments into comedic gold, using absurdity to keep things moving. Sebastian Stan, another actor known for his boldness and charm, doesn't hesitate to reveal his long-standing crush on Sharon Stone during an interview, which is both awkward and endearing. "I've been meaning to tell you this for a while," he admits nervously, "probably about 15 years, actually. I've seen you all my life, and here you are, looking so great in person." The vulnerability in his voice cuts through the usual surface-level celebrity banter. As one of Hollywood's rising stars, especially for his role in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Sebastian's openness in this moment feels more genuine than performative. It's a rare, unguarded admission that humanizes the glamorous world of celebrities. He pauses, his nerves clear but his admiration unmistakable, before delivering the line, "Would you bite me in the neck?" The question is bold, shocking, and completely unprepared for, leaving the room frozen for a beat. Sharon Stone, with the poise that made her a Hollywood legend, is momentarily speechless. She takes a second to process and then bursts into laughter, clearly amused by the unexpected nature of Sebastian's request. "What did you just say?" she asks, the shock in her voice giving way to the unmistakable delight of someone who's used to being the object of admiration. This playful exchange between the two is a microcosm of the power dynamics at play in Hollywood. While Sharon Stone rose to fame in the early 90s with a mixture of sultry roles and bold choices, especially with Basic Instinct, 1992, a film that cemented her as a sex symbol, Sebastian Stan is part of the new wave of actors who balance their blockbuster success with more serious, nuanced performances. The collision of these two forces, Sharon's seasoned allure and Sebastian's earnest youthful energy, creates a moment that is both charming and deeply human, offering a rare glimpse into the vulnerability behind the celebrities we often only see through a polished lens. Then there's Quentin Tarantino, the eccentric filmmaker whose larger-than-life personality is as notorious as his films. Tarantino, known for his genre-defying movies and unique dialogue, casually mentions how he's separated more women from their shoes than the TSA, a statement that's absurd but, as always, delivered with the kind of confidence only Tarantino could pull off. The audience erupts in laughter, as they often do when faced with his unpredictable and often outrageous comments. But beneath the absurdity, there's something very real about Tarantino's self-assuredness. His cinematic history, marked by films like Pulp Fiction 1994, Kill Bill 2003, and Inglourious Basterds 2009, shows a director who spent decades mastering the art of shock value. His career, spanning over 30 years, is built on the idea that to create something truly memorable, you must be willing to push every boundary. Sandra Bullock, beloved by audiences for her warmth and relatability, balances her charm with moments of endearing vulnerability. In a playful revelation, she shares that she has a tiny tattoo, so small and inconspicuous that it makes her self-conscious. "It's so tiny," she jokes, "that it makes me wonder why I even have it." Sandra's vulnerability shines through here, offering a side to her public persona that audiences don't often get to see. Over the years, Sandra has become known for her authenticity, whether through her celebrated roles in The Blind Side 2009, for which she won an Academy Award, or her candid interviews where she opens up about her personal life. Her comfort with sharing these small imperfections has made her one of Hollywood's most relatable stars. Her energy is magnetic, and when paired with Keanu Reeves, the chemistry between them is undeniable. Their connection goes beyond mere friendship, blurring the lines between respect and unspoken affection. "See how sensitive he gets," Sandra teases, her playful remark tinged with a fondness that reflects their genuine bond. Keanu, always calm and composed, responds with a smile. "Yeah, I'm sensitive. That's why the ladies like you." This playful exchange is a perfect example of the deep mutual respect they have for one another, something that's been clear since their time working together on Speed, 1994, which marked the beginning of a long and cherished friendship. Their chemistry is more than just the sum of their roles in films. It's a connection built on years of shared experiences and quiet admiration. The conversation continues, with Keanu admitting what everyone already knows. "It's your intelligence, your humor, your sensitivity," he says, "and well, you're just so sexy, funny and funny." The affection between them is palpable, and it's clear that their friendship runs deeper than the typical Hollywood relationship. It's not just about the roles they've played or the films you've worked on together. It's the authenticity of their interactions that resonates with fans, making their bond feel both genuine and special. Miranda Kerr, another magnetic presence, takes her turn in the spotlight. The supermodel, known for her time as a Victoria's Secret angel, has built a career based not only on her looks but also on her business acumen and advocacy work. She shares a personal confession about a dream she had, in which the host was casually sitting on her couch. "If you want, I could show you," Miranda says with a playful grin, leaning into the flirtation. The ease with which she moves between being the subject of attention and the one in control is part of what has made her one of the most sought-after models in the world. She lifts her shirt slightly to reveal her belly button, a moment of intimacy that is both playful and empowering. "It's an innie," she declares with a laugh, turning what could be an awkward moment into something lighthearted and unforgettable. Then there's Drew Barrymore, whose infectious charm and unfiltered personality have made her a beloved figure in Hollywood. Known for her wild child image in the 1990s, Drew's transformation into a beloved talk show host has only enhanced her relatability. In one infamous late-night appearance, Drew completely broke all the rules by spontaneously offering to dance. The move, charming and spontaneous, captures the essence of Drew's ability to turn even the most scripted moments into something endearing and genuine. Amy Adams, in a rare moment of vulnerability, admits just how difficult it was working with Henry Cavill on Man of Steel, 2013. "You know, it must have been so difficult," she jokes, "with his face, his charm. It was impossible not to notice. I kept giggling whenever he was around." Her openness and humor about the situation are a reminder of her grounded nature, despite the pressures of Hollywood. She continues, admitting she was worried Henry might take out a restraining order on her for her over-the-top admiration. It's a playful admission that only someone with a deep personal connection could make, one built on mutual respect and admiration for each other's work. Lastly, there's Conan O'Brien, whose comedy often straddles the line between hilarious and awkward. Known for his self-deprecating humor and iconic red hair, Conan has built a career on navigating strange and often uncomfortable topics with a mix of absurdity and charm. In one memorable moment, he jokes about the differences between what small women want versus what larger women want, diving into territory that could easily be considered controversial. But in typical Conan fashion, he handles it with such absurdity and self-awareness that the audience can't help but laugh at his outlandish observations. Nicole Kidman, in a surprise moment of honesty, shares a quirky story about her first encounter with Jimmy Fallon, one that leaves him completely flustered. She recalls how Jimmy showed up in a baseball cap, didn't say much, and just casually put on a video game. The awkwardness of the situation only adds to the charm of Nicole's storytelling. As one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, Nicole has always maintained an air of elegance, but moments like these reveal her authentic, grounded nature that captivates audiences. Finally, there's Michael B. Jordan, the heartthrob who's adored by fans around the world for his roles in Black Panther 2018 and Creed 2015, but even he wasn't prepared for Nicki Minaj's bold declaration during a red carpet event. Shout out to Donatella Versace for this outfit, and shout out to Michael B. Jordan, because tonight he's going to be taking it off of me. The audience erupts in laughter, and even Michael, with his usual composed demeanor, is caught off guard by the playful flirtation. It's a moment that shows how even the most composed stars can be left reeling when they're the subject of unexpected attention. So, which of these flirtatious, boundary-pushing moments caught your attention the most? If you enjoyed the chemistry, spontaneity, and raw, unfiltered side of these celebrities, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Share your favorite moment from the video in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. And if you're curious to see more behind-the-scenes Hollywood magic, don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss the next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we have in store. Stay tuned.